Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, everybody. Everyone knows about Celril, the Altmer noble, who is a vampire, at least for now. We are currently on a quest to gather vampire relics and things of that nature. Yes, indeed. It is Christmas today, so the YouTube people should see this in July or whenever the fuck it goes up. But who cares about that? Because what we're going to be doing right now is we are going to be finding a moth priest's knife. Yes, indeed. A moth priest's knife. So, I said, what would be better, a vampire or werewolf for, well, in this particular game? If you got better vampires are amazing fun. If you got the growl mod, werewolves are very fun. I wouldn't say one is better than the other, but those are the mods I'd recommend to get the most out of your werewolf or vampire experience. If you are asking about in vanilla, they both suck and they can both die in a fire. Anyway, let's see here. You'll find that this playthrough runs with 444 plugins and is actually running in Linux, not in Windows. In other words, we're very technical here. Okay, the playthrough itself, if we want to mess around with this, we've been playing this particular playthrough for 360 hours now. So basically, I am not the person to come for console advice, let's just say. An exclamation point mod list will cue you in on just how ridiculous this playthrough is. We are nowhere near done after 300 hours. Yes, indeed. How often does it crash? Crashes anywhere between 4 and 15 hours, roughly. Seems to trigger more often at the start of combat, not just running around, but saying that will jinx it. And that the one time that it will start that way, you know, that is a problem, unfortunately. But yes, Sony hates you, and they don't want you to have access to quality mods. Microsoft, the Xbox people, they kind of want you to have all right mods, but they don't want you to hack the game. No script extender for you if you're on Xbox. All right. Let me see here. Said Q crash on menu exit. Pretty much. You've made me jinx it by asking me that question. Now it's just going to be a crash fest instead of the usual, 14 hours. I'm actually looking for my other slipper. I only have one slipper. God damn it. There it is. Slipper. Very important. Okay. As soon as the slipper's on, we can travel. Yes, indeed. Now, when I say travel, a lot of people are thinking in their minds that I'm going to be doing something like this.
So even though the world is huge, you can select anywhere you know about on the map and instantly fast travel there. This gets you right to the fun. Fast travel. Fast.
And sometimes we do, but not right now. Let's go. So, we are going to head south. We're actually going to cut through the gallery because we need to retrieve a necklace. Actually, we're not going to be able to get that necklace. What can we do? Well, we're just going to head over to the gallery first, like on our way up there. We don't need to fight the fox. We don't need to do a lot of things, actually. That fort is controlled by the Thalmor, and we currently don't have any peeves with the Thalmor. In fact, we actually quite respect their position currently. After all, elves are superior to men. That is an established fact. And as far as we can tell, like the Imperials have the right of it, where they've renounced this so-called Ninth Divine. So so far so good. Yeah, we currently don't have any peeves with the Thalmor at the moment. So we will respect their territorial borders, and if they want to hold that fort, they can hold that fort. Now, that said, the Thalmor might attack me at any moment, and we got Dawnguard. We got freaking Dawnguard. Okay, that's it then. I am going to introduce the Dawnguard to some Wrathmen. As you can see, these Wrathmen are pretty strong. I am a Necromancer with a Holy Mace. Don't ask. Did these Dawnguard not aggro? Hold on a second.
Now you're mine.
What even is that? Oh, that is funny. Okay, so they did aggro. It just took them a moment for whatever reason. Oh, they're level 9. Okay, so that explains a few more things. So let's clunk this guy. All right, he's good and clunked. I think I think these Dawnguard were all low level. That's pretty funny. So let me see here. We are going to go ahead. You spoke and your breath smelled like a vampire. Jeez. All right, so let's extract his blood, harvest his flesh, and grab his bones. Yes, we're grabbing his bones, you know. Ooh la la. Let me see. Extract blood, harvest flesh, and milk. We got her milk. Excellent. Dawnguard battle axe. We're just taking the weapons, not the Dawnguard armor. We already have a full set of Dawnguard armor in the gallery already, so it's no big deal. But that should do it. Blood, flesh, and everything is ours. Additionally, if we want to get this ore really quick, the trick to getting ore is to use an ancient Nordic pickaxe and elemental fury. Then we do this. And it's mined out. That's it. That's how you mine. Elemental Fury Shout and an ancient Nordic pickaxe. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Alright, we're going to ignore those Horkers there. We've already got plenty of Horker parts. We spent quite a bit. Oh, interesting. We found Penitus Oculatus who have not been looted as of yet. Which means, despite them being quite dead, we are going to harvest all the things we need. Apparently, I don't see any bones, and we already have everything else we need. So we'll take the wine and move on to the other corpse. That corpse doesn't seem to have any blood or flesh left. Whatever. No big deal. So, yes. For being the Emperor's Guard, well, the Emperor is quite dead. So, I'm sure they got sent off on a mission. In fact, I remember now, they were sent to find the Lord's Mail. And I found the Lord's Mail, and they all ended up dead. Yes. It was quite the peculiar situation. I might add. Peculiar, yes. That's the word I was looking for. Let's throw down a save. And continue on up. See, our goal is to go to Solitude. We're going to peek at a couple things, maybe throw a couple paintings up, assuming we've got them. And then we'll use a wagon to get to the next location we need to go to. So, yes, indeed, Merry Christmas. Yes. Let me see here. No, I'm afraid I don't have any Christmas songs to play lest I invoke the DMCA. Yes, it's unfortunate but true. Eventually, we'll have to do a quest there. There's a Hagraven up at the tower that we have to talk to. Well, technically, she's not a Hagraven yet. She's just a crazy witch. Oh, thank you for the cheer, Kermit. I appreciate it. Suppose I should center myself a little more. I was just leaning off to the side because it was comfortable. And the answer was move chair. Goblins. Level 70 goblins. Jeez. Okay. Well, the goblins are facing my followers and not me, so this is the perfect time to strike. Sorry, Elena. I'm busy clunking these guys good. And it looks like Serana's doing a good job there. There was an archer there. Huh. I could have sworn the archer was going to kill me, but apparently not. There we go.
Hey, be careful.
Sorry.
Is ours. I've always wanted to say that.
Very good. Let's grab the elixir of magicka and pick up what we need. Oh goodness. Well, Serana, you seem to be a pincushion. We need to fix this. I was wondering if the vampire, not the vampire, if the goblins weren't shooting at me, who were they shooting at? And we figured out who they were shooting at. We're just gonna remove those arrows if we can. No arrows were recovered. Sad day. Sad day for us. All right, let's run back and grab anything the goblins might have been carrying. It's a damn shame we can't extract some goblin blood. Now then. Yeah, right. It's true, Serana can't die. Because the system says she can't. Not until Dawnguard is over. Look, my skeletons finally got here. Not that I want them now that we're going down here. Let me see. Tainted blood. That would be interesting. Let's see. There we go. We definitely don't need our Wrathmen right now. We may need them later, but I prefer to summon them on the spot rather than having them follow us. It's easier to handle, for sure. All right. There's that Drahman we killed earlier. Go away. Away with you. Oh, we can toss things. It's kind of amazing. You think they killed the Horkers? That'd be pretty funny. Unfortunately, if a Horker dies and I don't loot it, that's just such a waste. Uh-huh. Blackblood Marauder. I wonder, does this guy belong to that faction that I, the Red Wave? Huh. Sorry.
All right.
All right.
This won't end well for you.
Was your mother a foamer, or are you just...
Yeah, I hit him by accident. My bad.
By blade or by spell. If you want it dead, I'll make it dead. All you need to do is pay my fee.
Lord Nexeem. Look at that Nexeem. Glorious.
The blade can be as lethal as the spell, but deadlier still is the one who wields both.
Yes. I see you got a an interesting head on your shoulders. I need you to path away, please, sir, so that you don't see what I'm doing, because I actually need to carve up these Blackblood Marauders. I know it's not something humans like to see, but hey, I need the blood, I need the flesh, and I need the bones. Warchief's Might. Where have I seen that before? Oh well, doesn't matter. Same deal here. Blood, flesh, and bones. Huh, we'll take the Elven Bow as well. Is there anything else I missed here? Like, I could have sworn there were maybe 3 of them, but it doesn't look that way. Looks like I just imagined it. Yes. Yes, their blood isn't black. You want a refund? That's a joke, isn't it? Okay. Our journey continues. Looks like he killed the spider for us. Let's loot it. Extract the venom. Harvest the ingredients. Search it for any extra loot. There is none. Dispose of it. Very good. Very good indeed. That everything is good. Oh, what was it? Palpatine? We are very good. Let me see here. I'm gonna grab that Backstroke of the West scene. It was yeah, Star War the Third Gathers, Backstroke of the West, and then it's the very beginning when they are introduced to Palpatine, or as his name is in this, D the Superior, as I remember it. Let me see here. Yes. Here we go. It said stupid robot. Okay. I see the scene now. All right, we got it. Yes. Let me pull this up here. Looks like we got here we go. Star Wars the Third gathers, backstroke of the West.
Speaker does you is all good. We are very good. Is a time that we cooperated. I, an individual, needs not is all right. You too careful. He is a big. Mr. Speaker, we are for the big.
Pull out your sword. Dedicate the body for your speaker.
All right, there we go. That yes, we are very good. Let me see here. I need to poke at a couple more things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing else we need to worry about. All right, let's go. So, onwards and sideways. Yes, indeed. So, my goodness. Oh, what is that, Star Wars? Oh, you didn't know? Hold on a second. Let me pull up the very end for you. Here we go. Yes. Wait for it. Okay.
I found out you, the peaceful is willing to. I found out you.
I should know a scheme for wanting to take over early.
The peaceful is willing to. D, the superior, is a bad person.
To me, Heroes is just bad person.
Friend, you are crazy!
Your dead period arrived, teacher.
This is the best part.
Everything ends, the peaceful is willing to. The geography that I stands compares you superior.
You underrated my ability.
Is.
Is. That's all you need to know. Is. Mm-hmm. Oops. Let me hit this. There we go. All right. We need to go south. Yes. South. Yeah, it was the Chinese version that was translated wrong, and then it was translated back into English wrong. They did a literal translation, which ignores context and all kinds of other things. So, a literal translation is almost always wrong. So, it's literally translated into Chinese wrong, then translated back into English wrong, and then dubbed by a team of voice actors. Yep. All right, so this orc here, let's have a chat with him.
I am waiting for a good death.
Why do you wish to die?
My time has come. I am old. Too old to become chief. It would be wrong for me to take what?
Hold on. This guy, we've done this plenty of times before. These old orcs, they always want to die.
So I will die.
Yes. This guy, like many others before him, just wants to die, and we need to respect that. But like he wants to die. We're not going to question why he wants to, or you know what. We're just going to go ahead and take his soul. Okay, like that's it. He just wants to die. It makes sense to me. So we're going to first maybe feed on him. Delicious, right? Now he doesn't know what happened, so as you can see, we've gone ahead and taken everything from him. He's dead.
All over now. Good riddance, I say.
There we go. Yep. So we're gonna extract his blood. We took his soul. We extract his blood. We harvest his flesh. We take his bones and his armor. In other words, we took everything from him and left him a dried up husk. There's nothing left. Serana resurrected one of the saber kitties. Because of course she did. Yes. Serana resurrects everything. Absolutely everything. Right. Only the Sith deal in absolutes. Except for the Jedi who say, you know, no attachments. Absolutely no attachments. Oh my. Unfortunately, for all of us, George Lucas wasn't a very good writer. And, you know who's a worse writer than George Lucas? Whoever the hell J.J. Abrams hired. Oh me, oh my. There's so many patch notes for that movie. If you go and look at all the novelization and stuff like that, there's so many patch notes for that movie. The best part is that it's loosely based on Dark Empire, which was one of the worst stories in the old Star Wars EU, and he went and took one of the worst stories in the Star Wars EU and made it even worse. That's the best part. Yes. Yeah, George Lucas wanted to make a new trilogy about these microscopic organisms that were the true rulers of the galaxy, known as the Wills. And they're where the Force comes from. That's what George Lucas wanted to do, and Disney said no. Disney said, "Look, we've got it now. We're gonna hire the guy who made Star Trek into action schlock because action schlock is popular, and that'll be that." Yes. Cheers.
You know you can afford a septum or two.
Oh, by the way, I ended up getting, let me just double check here. Yeah, so I ended up getting this, here, like, Legend of Zelda style Switch controller. Because my wife didn't want me using just the Joy-Cons. So, yeah. Now I've got this. I've got a proper controller to play the Mario Karts and the Mario parties and stuff. It's just a standard Switch controller, actually. That's the funny part. I mean, it's just gonna sit in its box until I actually need it. But yeah, I mean, there we go. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get to moving. Yes. So, we are now going to head over to the gallery, which is where we... Uh-oh. Hold on a second. It's time for the news, everybody.
Attend now for the news of the hour. Be it reminded that by city ordinance, all carriages and steeds are prohibited within Solitude, except those carrying members of the Jarl's court or granted special dispensation by the Jarl.
Hello, sir.
I'm afraid I'm running errands at the moment, but please visit me later at the Temple of the Divines.
Any news?
Take a look.
Okay, well, let's see. He's got aid. My goodness. Gecko, thank you for subscribing. Let me see here. R of Thorns, R of Might. Interesting. There we go. And, Agagon, thank you, Agonon, I was gonna say. Thank you for the cheer. Like, goodness. That extra G, really messed with me. Okay, let me really quick.
Blessed are those who worship.
Do this.
They know true grace.
Yes.
Well, now, take a look.
I actually want, if we have enough money, I want both auras, Aura of Thorns and Aura of Might. Yes. If we can use these auras against our enemies, this would be best. Now there's Holy Shock, which is enchant your power attacks to deal shock and sun damage. That'd be kind of nice. We got Holy Fire already. Necro Plague. I think that's about it. Everything he's got for us. Yeah.
Keep the faith.
Keep the faith, yes. Well, I need your Paladin skill books. Now, sometimes people are asking me, here, so let's go ahead and go over this really quick. This is pretty important. So, first we're going to learn the Aura of Might and Aura of Thorns, right? I'm going to explain this in a pretty detailed way, I suppose. So our character has Destruction. We've gone up the Ionized path with Static Field, Arc Burn, Magnetize, Electric Convulsions, show them all in Absolute Power. Absolute Power is why we do our Lightning Bolts. Very good. Either way, what we've done here is we use that in conjunction with our one-handed skill. We've specifically gone up the tree for maces, because there's a tree for daggers, maces, swords, and axes. Axes is over here. Yeah, so axes, and this one's daggers. Point is, we've gone up the tree specifically for maces. So our signature move is actually an ability called Smite, where with a mace we do 6 times critical damage, 8 times against undead. And that's every 30 seconds we can deliver a smite with our holy mace. This is the mace of Zenithar. Panael Whitestrike used this mace. It's ridiculously powerful. So, you know, using smite with a holy mace, you may be asking yourself a very simple question. And so some people know what the question's going to be already.
What's a paladin?
But the answer is not us. Because in addition to doing that, we also have full command of necromancy. Bone Collector, Ravenous Dead, Dead Tide, Reap and Sow, Necromaster, Shock to Life. Our electricity can actually empower our minions. And March of Oblivion. So, yes. There we go.
Want to play tag?
Hello, sir.
I don't wish to talk to you. Leave me be.
As you can see, the Chadmer is so powerful.
Leave me alone and go about your business, citizen. Trust me when I say you will want to steer clear of me. I am not interested in whatever you are peddling.
There you go. Let's head on, though. Very good, very good. Mm-hmm. Yes, we are still beyond... yeah. We can't guess his name exactly. He's so far beyond us. The Chadmer. Okay. So we're going to head on into the gallery really quick and check out a couple things before we head on out and check out the rest of the game. It's quite a bit of sword wappy bappy. Okay, here we are in the gallery entrance. You can see we have 1,706 displays currently. And as far as donations box goes, we have 1,500 septims given to us. Very, very good. We have to talk to Elena about any kind of paintings we may have gotten. Looks like we have 2, so we're going to put those up while we're here. Those will each count as an extra item. As you can see, we've got the Aegis of Apocalypse. The Lord's Mail now has its own place in the museum. Very important. That's the Armor of Morius. Let me see here. Next, we got various other setups here. You know, we've got Relics of the Divine Crusader. Very good. Nothing else really to mention. Oh yes, the Mace of the Crusader as seen here is actually a replica, because the real one we have on us right now. Very important stuff. We're gonna go upstairs and loop around this way. Whoops, we do have an extra Elder Scroll, don't we? Yes, we do. All right, we want to keep the Elder Scroll on us, though, so we are not going to place it in that cage. Instead, we're going to go over here. These are each of these shrines we've actually found in the world, by the way. The Magna G, Saint Alicia, the Old Ways, Sithis, Manny Marco, so on, like all the way over to, you know, Jeffrey Trinimac, Finister, Zen, so on. Like we've including the Redguard shrines like Sekal, Tall Papa, Hunding. Yep. Let me see here. Very good. We are now going to really quick. Let me figure this out. It's gonna take me a moment. Elder Scroll, right. We need to use our workbench to find out if we can make a replica. Elder Scroll Sun. So we need a goldsmith bar and a moonstone brick. Pretty sure we can get both. So let's go ahead and do that right now. If we go for the goldsmith bar, yes. We'll just grab one of those, I suppose. And a moonstone brick. Yes. Very good. Now then. Oh, nice. We can make a replica of the ancient vampire ribcage. That's great, actually. We'll do that right now. And a replica of the sun. Is there anything else we need to make a replica of then? The Blood Skull Blade. Do we turn that in for anything? I don't think so. I actually don't think it's necessary to grab anything else right now. No, I think that's about it. So, well, I mean, if we wanted to make a replica of that, nah, not really. All right, Elena, I need to talk to you regarding a couple other things. We want to be extra careful with what we put in the gallery, and right now we're not going to do a whole rotation here. We're going to be extra careful with what we put in. So I think one of those things is we're going to have to actually talk to Rumarn about it. Rumarn will have a few choice items for us to put away. Specifically, the Daedric Sword. The... yeah, I'm not entirely sure at this point. Okay, so the Daedric Sword, not the Ring of the Dragon. Okay. Yeah, Wit Splinter, that belongs in the gallery. And, I'm missing something, obviously. Not the Orcish Club. We need to hold on to that, actually. Yes, yes we do. The Thane necklaces are fine. Okay. Merry Christmas, indeed, Sam. For whatever reason, I have lost the item I was looking for. I could have sworn it was around here. Oh well, no big deal. So we are over encumbered right now for good reason. We're going to use the display chest here. You can see these replicas of things that just didn't get displayed properly. It's not a big deal, just something we have to keep in mind. So we're going to put Wit Splinter as well as the Daedric sword in there. Debating what else. I suppose we'll sort by favorites. Nothing favorited gets put away. My goodness. Now, yeah, I've got the Jarl necklace, that necklace. Is there anything else I'm missing? I guess not. Dragon Priest mask, right. Right. Trying to remember what it starts with. It starts with a V, right? Don't display the items right now. Talk to Romarn about it. Should be a Dragon Priest mask. That's what I'm looking for. So, I've sworn it was in here. Starts with a V. And, yeah.
Do you need something? This better not be all the things you just can't be bothered with.
Wait, is it in my chest? I think it's in my chest. Let's summon it. So, we have a phantasmal chest we can summon whenever we want, which actually has everything that we couldn't put on our followers. As you can see right there, the phantasmal chest. And if we look now, there might be an occasional item that might be worth looking at, like these different coins. The coins might be important, for all I know. However, equally important might be a damn mask that I suspect... There it is. It didn't even start with a V, it started with a Z. Shows how on point I am. Jeez. Well, either way, we can now properly display the... can properly display the mask, and I'm just debating if there's anything else that we may need. It's the coins. Put those away just in case, along with the replica of the cage there. Budkang, thank you for gifting those subscriptions. Yes, indeed. Okay. Merry Christmas indeed. All right. I think that will do it. Let's go ahead and close it and display everything. It's gonna take it a moment, but yeah. Did I unequip a box pouch? Yes, I did. The Histus flask takes a box pouch slot, doesn't it? A bit ridiculous, but hey. Serana and Romarn are both standing on top of that. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, let's just put away all these for now. This club will favorite. I mean, we favorite pretty much anything that's a procedurally generated item, that we don't accidentally screw with it. The Bloodskull Blade is something we should probably put away too, but it's too late now, so we'll put it away next time we're in town. Likewise, we'll have a chat with Elena about anything miscellaneous. We've got most of our stuff put away already, but you know how it is. We're not quite there yet. What with our... interesting with this Alembic. The Alembic doesn't do anything as far as I can tell, which is a bit silly. I found it in Cyrodiil, so it's probably going to be put in the storage chest, more or less, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We are going to put away all the bones, though. Looks like everything else is just going to work out. You know, as far as Todd Howard said, it just works, quote unquote. Memes, right? Memes are stronger than reality. All right, we're going upstairs to put away any other paintings. We should have the entire wall covered. But in the event we don't, there are more slots where we can put paintings up. I'm just checking here. You can see right now, like all of this, all these wall sections are completely covered. That's good though. Memes are canon now. The Fargoth cycle. Yes. Everyone knows about the Fargoth cycle. Don't Google that. Okay. What do we got now? We are now in... Oh, there's... Is that... I don't understand where that entrance is. Like, what castle is that anyway? These treasure maps are hilarious. Yes. Glorious. You can see bit by bit the treasure maps we find are all put in here. This one actually says Falkreath, for God's sake, so at least we know that there's treasure there. Yes. Memes can fix the continuity. Oh my goodness. I'm still wondering what we did that created these statues. We did something that generated those statues, so... kind of interesting. Oh, well, is this the East exhibit halls? Yes, this is where we wanted to go. I'm gonna go check out a couple things down here, if possible. This will probably be a short stream today. I just want to make sure things are as they should be. Oh, we're gonna be able to put paintings in this hallway, by the way. And be able to look at Daedric artifacts. Exciting as they may be. Yes. Should almost be loaded. Then again, we might have an infinite loading screen, is what I say, but then the fact we're getting these occasional stutters means it is loading. Considering it dropped to like 40 FPS for a second. Jeez. Okay, what do we got? Let's just add a painting over here. Yes. And how about one over here? Very good. Very good. You can see Lydia there. Lydia stays in the Daedric Gallery, or should I say this little hallway here. And we just gave her 2B's outfit for no reason. She won't be a part of the majority of the game, so. We got Mafala, Azura, and Boethius shrines here. We got the Totems of Hersing. The Ancient Daedric Lord, Face of Terror, and the armor. Scourge. The Ring of Nemera. Mace of Molag Bal. Spellbreaker. Mask of Clavicus Vile. That's a replica, by the way. Fear Struck, of course. Shadowrend, yes. Definitely Shadowrend. Oh, goodness. Come on. And get up and around. Fear Struck. Boethiah's Walking Staff. Mehrunes Razor. Goldbrand. The Ebony Blade. Skeleton Key. We got... sorry, not the Ebony Blade. Goldbrand. I don't know why I said... yeah, it doesn't matter. Azura Star. Dawnbreaker. Rueful Axe. Voldrung, Ebony Mail, Savior's Hide, Skull of Corruption, Ring of Hersing. And of course, we do have, look at this, the Ogma Infinium. Yes, the Ogma Infinium. Now, we need to be able to put down one of the books. I think it was The Winds of Change. So, yes, we now have one of the black books adhered on the wall here. You'd think that this abomination that's just seeping out darkness would have its own wards. Like, all of these have wards that protect them. But for whatever reason, the display for Himoris Mora, look at that. When we put the Augma Infinium down, it just oozes his dark power. It's creepy. Rumarin seems to be into the tentacles, or at least he runs up against them for no reason. We got a sigil stone, of course. Very good. Let me see here. Debating if there's anything else I need to look at while we're here. Don't think so, but who actually knows? Jeez. There's the spoon, soul gem, and ingot. Wait, we don't have this. We do have the spoon. Okay, that's fine. Yes, the replica of all her things. That's good. We're not rock hammer. Yeah, that's fine. Hold on. Well, I'm looking at these different paintings here, trying to figure out what the hell these are. Let's go to the Dragonborn Hall and see what else we got. I'm curious. Interesting, I saw another FPS drop for seemingly no reason. Makes me question everything. Yeah, it's running at like 50 FPS right now. My goodness. We'll have to figure things out if this continues. Because we shouldn't be getting any drops, but we're definitely getting drops. Let me have a look at something. I think I might know what's causing this if I just look over here and yeah, I think I know what's happening here. Aha. I knew it. I knew it. It's, Okay, I just need to fix something in Steam really quick. I'm gonna poke at this. Steam is trying to do things when it shouldn't. And we're just gonna fix that up here. Give me a moment to hit that, and everything should be fine now. Weird. Oh well. We'll see if it's still... I might need to restart Steam, but everything should be running just fine now. Let's go check out the Dragonborn Hall really quick. Yeah, I don't seem to be hitting any more performance caps, so I think we fixed what we need to fix. Could be wrong, but who knows. But yeah, as far as streaming on Christmas goes, you know, we just had to wait for everyone else to go to sleep. And by everyone else, I mean, you know, a person and a cat. Everyone else left, which is good. So yeah, we do seem to get low FPS right as we transition to the new area, so I'm definitely going to have to poke at some things before we stream again. That said, we just run around here. Ah, look at that. We've mastered the Dark Brotherhood. So now this tells the story of the Dark Brotherhood. Yes, the recent death of the Emperor has been claimed by the Dark Brotherhood, but Imperial sources have yet to confirm this. So, you see this little thing here? Every time you complete a faction, it adds that faction to this little alcove here. Companions, Dark Brotherhood. The Archaeologist Guild shouldn't be filled in yet, but it is the moment you found it, the moment you get everyone in the Archaeologist Guild. And of course, the, what do you call them? The College of Winterhold, yes. And then way over here are the Thieves Guild. So obviously there's a lot more to pick out with these different alcoves that haven't been filled in yet. But it's just an interesting little thing a little tidbit to discuss at some point. There's also this right here, which is Master Alchemy. And then there's Master Enchanting and Master Blacksmithing. So like this little thing fills in because we mastered it, which is kind of neat. Every time we finish an archaeological dig, that dig gets added to these little alcoves here. So there's more alcoves to fill in. Every time we uncurse a Dragon Priest set, it gets added here as well, which is nice. Anyway, let me see here. You adopted a 9-month-old cat. Jeez. Well, you're gonna be in for an interesting situation raising it, that's for sure. You don't tame the cat via laser pointer, but you do exhaust it so it doesn't want to play as much. Look at the Bloodstone Chalice there. You can't actually activate it, unfortunately, but it gets added nonetheless, along with the Ancient Vampire Lord Torso, which we got there. That is glorious. Things are fitting. There's Arvok's skull. Ancient Traveler's skull, bit by bit. Cursed Stag's skull, yep. This is pretty good. So we've got everything except for the Crown of Baron Zaya from the Thieves Guild. Looks like we still need the we still need the artifacts from Undeath, but Undeath will probably at the end of the playthrough. Death at a Wedding, that is the most awesome thing. It's the Victoria Vici, I believe. The Hand of Glory is an artifact that can give you great powers, but also burn away your life and kill you permanently. But hey, we don't use it. We just leave it in the bottom of the gallery. Got skulls of all the people we've killed during our miscellaneous quests. So that's great. The robes of Emperor Titus Mede II. That's important too. We haven't gotten the Ancient Shrouded Armor, but we will eventually. We'll also get the rest of these severed heads. We don't have all of them yet. Bit by bit, we'll work on getting them. Dragon Fang. Excellent. So, we've got quite a few empty spots. Not everything has been accounted for yet, unfortunately. That is just how it works, I suppose. Well, that was pretty neat, I suppose. Unfortunately, I do need to poke at a couple more things. And so we're going to try a couple things really quick in a different window. Hold on. I'm looking at just a few issues that I've been having, and I want to try to address them now if possible. Let me see here. I'm looking at my system monitor because I'm trying to figure out what is using resources or causing this. Let me go. I'm looking at my video card now. No, my video card's only at 38% capacity here. So there's obviously... Just trying to figure out what could potentially be causing problems. Let me see here. You completed the Arvok quest. You're surprised by how touched you were by it. The guy loved his horse so much. Yes, it's true. He did. Arvok is... it's pretty good having a summonable horse. There are mods to give yourself a summonable horse that, you know, it's far easier to use, that you don't have to worry about. But, hey, it is what it is, I suppose. Let me see if there's anything else here. Ooh. Okay. Your horse tried to kill you? But yes, yeah, Arvok is kind of nice. There's an immersive horses mod, which I think it's called Convenient Horses, and you can just call the horses whenever you want, which is very convenient. Let me poke at one more thing, and we should be good to go. I'm just checking to make sure that there aren't any other major hiccups there. Yes, horses are terrible people. I'm glad we've established this. Oh, interesting. What was this again? Oh, right. I remember this place. This was beneath the College of Winterhold. Right. When you're done with the run? Well, I'm not done with the Argonian thief yet for Daggerfall. It's just I'm taking a break from him for a while. I'm probably going to change up the mod loadout a bit before I play him again, though. Oh, interesting. That is Stormcloak Hero's armor. What's it doing here in this spot? Seems a bit off. Just seems a bit wrong to have Stormcloak Hero armor there. No. Helgen Guard armor. Oh yeah, we haven't started Helgen Reborn yet, have we? Hello. He has nothing to say to me. He has nothing to say to me. Hilarious. Okay. Let's get going. Had a bit of a stutter in the museum there. Jeez. Okay, is there anything else I need to look at? I don't think so. I think we're actually in a good situation here. We're at 1,720 displays, which is nice. Absolutely nice. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get back to... I was going to say, on Monday, I'm hoping to split it, do like 2 hours of Skyrim, and then spend the rest of my time doing like Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. Because I've been wanting to do a proper multiplayer run beginning to end of Curse of the Moon for a while. Infinite Oni, thanks for subscribing, by the way.
But what about those who do?
Yes. Ooh, goodness. Okay. Let's head on through. But yeah, Monday I'm looking to play as much of Curse of the Moon as possible in multiplayer. Now, we're going to be using Steam Remote Play, so we'll see if we can make a go of that. But Dretch is a gigantic Castlevania fan, so Curse of the Moon is kind of the spiritual successor to Castlevania 3, and then Curse of the Moon is, and then Curse of the Moon 2 adds co-op to that, so it's not quite a Harmony of Despair situation. Harmony of Despair is glorious, by the way, but it's still pretty good. Anyway, let's go have a chit-chat with this guy.
The safest way to travel. Where do you want to go?
Actually, I realized I need to... I suppose Falkreath should be about right. Don't see anything in Whiterun. Whiterun, we have to collect a bounty from Preventus. I suppose that would be the best thing to do then, is to collect the bounty, see if there are new jobs for us, and then head along here and head down south. It seems to be the best way to do it. We might run into some new stuff along the way.
Carriages to Aldous.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
So let's go to Whiterun, turn in our quest with Preventus.
Going straight through, or did you want to stop somewhere along the way?
Whiterun.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Yep. Excuse me.
Got keen eyes? Might see nasty old Hajvar up on White River Watch.
It said, have I ever played Rondo? I played Rondo. I'm just not a fan of classic Castlevanias most of the time. Curse of the Moon has done something where it doesn't feel the same as classic Castlevanias, I suppose. But I did enjoy Rondo when I played it. It's just, with some exceptions, the classic Metroid genre, the classic Castlevania games aren't really for me. I appreciate its connection to Symphony of the Night, which is, I would say, my second favorite Metroidvania of all time. My favorite being Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That said, I think that Symphony of the Night is the best in terms of atmosphere. I haven't seen anything that comes close to Symphony of the Night's atmosphere. People talk about Blasphemous and stuff like that, but not even. There's just something about the sprite work and the level design that hasn't been touched. Let me see here. But as far as gameplay goes, my favorite Metroidvania game was actually Aria of Sorrow for the longest time. The soul system was perfect, and Dracula's Castle really nailed it. But Ritual of the Night has supplanted that for me. Because Ritual of the Night is just... it takes all of the best ideas that he had from Symphony of the Night, Order of Ecclesia, Dawn of Sorrow, so on, and just kind of integrates them into the same game.
No, I saw something near Shimmermist Cave to the north.
Right. The only problem with it is that the stylized nature of it isn't nearly as good as the pixel art, in my opinion. You know, other people disagree. They need everything 3D. I always prefer really high quality 2D over not so high quality 3D. That's the best way I can describe it. Is whenever I'm given the choice between just really awesome 2D and then low quality 3D, I will choose the high quality 2D. That said, graphics are not my first consideration. That's why I said in the first place that I just kind of prefer Ritual of the Night, because graphics are one of the least weighty considerations. I'm not saying they don't enter the equation at all. I'm just saying that gameplay, sound, so on and so forth are all weighted first. And for me, graphics have very little in the way of weight. But it is still a valid set of consideration. We're going to extract his blood. And then feed on him. And then talk to him. Yes. So, yeah, I definitely Ritual of the Night. Hey, Preventus, I need to talk to you.
I serve Jarl Balgruff as steward.
He doesn't even care that I woke him up in the middle of the night. The giant is dead.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
Very good. Yeah.
Hey, watch it.
Bam. So. Now, Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall, its sprites are sometimes really good, but other times not so good. I want to say the game isn't very internally consistent with its graphics. So despite me having just gone on this long yippity yap about how I prefer 2D over 3D most of the time, Elder Scrolls 2, its 2D isn't internally consistent and therefore gets a much lower grade than it would if it were consistently high quality all across the board. It seems like a lot of the sprites were done by different people. And there really isn't one unified art style. And I think it loses points for that. Oh, well, what's the score out of 10? I don't actually have one. Points are a mysterious concept. We don't really understand them. Okay, Beehive. Yes. We occasionally say that. Oof, my goodness. Are there... Well, hold on a second. Do we get a thief cache? Yes! We get 2 thief caches. Very good. Very good. How many Todds does it get? Oh, no. No. I mean, Breath of the Wild definitely has Todds. Said the rules are made up. And the points don't matter. Pretty much. It's all subjective. Okay, let's actually read the notice board. It's right over here. What kind of missives do we got? Hunt a vampire, hunt a fugitive. recover something from White River Watch. Pretty sure I'm not going to do the White River Watch today, but that's something for us to know about in the future. There is a vampire now hanging around somewhere in town, or in the hold, I should say. Who are you?
There's a nip in the air. Cold.
Yes, the cold won't be good for my crops. Never is. Sorry. There's a bunch of Imperials hanging around the front there, making sure no Stormcloaks get in. It's pretty hilarious how there's just Imperial soldiers sitting around the entrance to Whiterun. And yet they do. It's just a patrol that made it to Whiterun and then never despawned. One of many errors that can accumulate in the game over time. How long have you been playing this playthrough? Only 361 hours and 52 minutes. Not very long. So, you know. It hasn't had that long to accumulate errors. All right, let's head down south. We're actually going to head past Fort Greymore and just kind of head south along this road into my target destination. I noticed that it is like midnight, so I'm actually going to go over to the Khajiit caravan location. Looks like a traveling wench just kind of made it through. We're going to have a chat with her see if she has anything.
Take a look.
This traveling wench has a quamag. Nice. We'll pick that up. Anything else that's rare? I'm looking specifically for rare alchemy ingredients. And I don't really see anything that's rare other than the two I just picked up. So I'll grab your petty soul gems. And your painting, because I need more of those for the museum. Lesser soul gem, greater soul gem. Why not the grand soul gems as well? Yep. Let's grab, yeah, all those empty soul gems. We will eventually make use of those. Yes, we will.
Until next time.
Until next time, indeed. All right, so this is where the Khajiit caravan normally is, but we're just gonna go ahead and set ourselves up with a nice little little space here. Just need to use rain shelter. Very good. Now we'll take a nap. Figure 8 hours should do it. And there we go. What PlayStation exclusives are you interested in playing? Other than Bloodborne, I am not interested in PlayStation exclusives. And I'm not interested enough in Bloodborne to get a PlayStation. So it comes down to the reality that I will probably never own one. And once they get a proper emulator up and running, I'll buy a copy just to legally own it and then emulate it. And that'll be that. So, anyway, we're going to go this way. I'm not interested in the hardware or in Sony's restrictions. Sony hates their consumers having any kind of freedom. Then again, Nintendo's kind of the same way, but Nintendo has tons of stuff that my wife and I both like. Not that I'm going to cover it very much, because if I do, then they're like, excuse me, you can't mod that stuff. Excuse me, you can't emulate that stuff. You know, it's always a pain in the ass. I do actually have, you know, the I did get a Switch controller for Christmas. This is a Link one, Legend of Zelda. You can see like the gold on the button. Yep. But Nintendo is so different. Oh goodness, animals attacking us.
Now. Good riddance, I say.
Yes, Nintendo is so different to most materials there. You said if you mod a Nintendo game, they send ninjas to your house? Oh, jeez. Serana pissed everyone off with her AoEs again. There we go. We disabled her and then enabled her again. The easiest way to stop all combat. Now then, let me see here. Yep. Microsoft is barely giving you a reason to have one over a PC. Well, a PC typically takes some level of maintenance and understanding. Like, it's not very, like, how do I put this? Your average person growing up in this day and age should be able to grasp a PC very easily. But then you have people who insist they're too dumb to use a PC and just use that as an excuse not to try. And, you know, when we talk up things like modding and such and how much better it is, that comes with some caveats. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into setting up a playthrough. And you'll get simple people, right? Like, there's a guy who, there's a guy who makes his entire channel around, like, hyping up Xbox exclusives and stuff like that. And I actually talked with him as he set himself up with a PC, had it built, was getting, you know, Skyrim mods and stuff running. And he mentioned it himself that he'd always run into problems, right? You know, basic maintenance and things like that. Setting up things not working right necessarily. That there's a lot of trial and error when it comes to playing things on PC, especially if you have non-standard hardware or, you know, you run things a little bit different or you want to do modding. Like, there is no beating around the bush. There are some people who are just too simple, and they need an iPhone because, goodness gracious, they wouldn't know how to customize an Android device. They're simple people, and they, you know, free Androids and PCs give you unparalleled freedom, but as we've learned, freedom isn't for everybody. They wouldn't know what to do with it. That's really what it comes down to. Is like, there are people who will pay a premium just to have something that quote unquote just works. You know, like Todd Howard's meme, but actually real. Again, I love being able to run absolutely anything on the Android. You know, I don't have to worry about an app store taking something down, because as long as I have access to the APK file, I can just direct install it on my device. Yes. Yeah, he said sometimes have to be restricted in order to save themselves, i.e. a unicorn in captivity. That's funny, but yes. I mean, the suboptimal option is very often the one for people who just don't want to bother. And I understand this because in, like, when I used to play World of Warcraft, for instance, there are some builds that do less DPS, but are far easier to manage. And I used to run those. Just because I wanted, you know, I had put my hardcore raiding days behind me and I wanted a more quote-unquote casual experience. It's why when people watch me play ESO, they because I'm playing a Magicka-based race with a stamina build with no augments on my gear, and I'm just kind of spamming stuff. And they extra when I explain that I've done the trials, and that compared to World of Warcraft's raids, they are piss easy and boring. And you know, it's just kind of funny because I have no desire to engage in ESO's multiplayer content anymore after they ruined Cyrodiil. Which is funny because like the main reason I would recommend ESO to anybody used to be Cyrodiil. Like I used to say, this is the Dark Age of Camelot PvP for the modern generation. Do it. Do it now. Buy ESO. And I can't do that anymore.
This doesn't concern you, citizen.
All right, goodbye. Apparently it doesn't concern me. So, a wobble wobble way. I wonder what these people are doing over here. These people look rather interesting, like they're going to attack me, because they're just standing around, which means... No, they have a prisoner. Interesting.
Move along.
Right.
You're interfering with official Thormore business.
There's a bit of a difference between their armor sets, I'd say. Yep. But, yeah. I understand the concept. I just don't think it applies to hardware if you've, yeah. Oop. My goodness. Okay. Yes, Thalmor wearing Vardenfell glass armor. Yeah, glass armor is supposed to be elven in design. And then the Vardenfell glass armor is just the Morrowind version of it, which is used interchangeably in the leveled lists. Which seems a bit weird. And is quite weird, actually. Alright. I don't think there's anything else here to worry about. So. Well, I don't see anyone else walking down this road. So, I was thinking about killing this guard, but I'm actually not blood-starved. I don't think it matters. Plus, there's like a big group of people over here. Yeah, you can see them kind of walking down. Hello, huh?
I have nothing to say to you. Now move along, or I'll order my guard to attack.
There you go. Ordering guards to attack. Wait, is there an old orc here who's looking for a good death? I think he's looking for a good death. Hello?
I am waiting for a good death.
Right. So this guy wants his death. We are going to, like so many other orcs, we do this all the time. We help these orcs achieve death. So we're going to cast Muffle so that we aren't heard, and he will receive death. What is coming? Death. Death is coming. Yes, he doesn't need to know about any of this. So we're just going to go ahead and slit his throat. PKB, thanks for subscribing. Yes. And we're going to extract blood, harvest flesh, and we're going to take his bones and his ebony battle axe. We don't need any more orcish armor, but there we go. Yes. We do this all the time. Yes, we do this all the time. We've helped so many orcs achieve their deaths. That they're just like, I'm waiting for my death. I'm like, okay. I will help you all achieve death. It's good for me. I got his blood, his flesh, his bones, his ebony battle axe. It's very good.
Is ours. I've always wanted to say that.
Yes, victory is ours. The fox is dead. Harvest its ingredients. Oh no, we failed to harvest its ingredients. The fox is wasted. Assisted suicide, basically, yes. We did him a mercy. We did him a serious mercy. Now then, as I was saying, so, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a place in the market for products like an iPhone for simple people. I definitely agree with that. So, ooh, goodness, look. That's Festus. I didn't realize Festus had died here. It's very interesting. Like, I had no idea that this is how Festus died. I didn't even see Festus before. But it makes sense. I mean, he's like, I'm gonna kill everybody. Ha ha ha. And he just got shot to hell with Imperial arrows. That's funny stuff. Damn shame, damn shame. Okay. So. Yep, Festus is stuck there for the rest of the playthrough, I think. We took his money, though. That's something, I suppose. Now we're going to see if there's anything down in Falkreath. Yes. I mean, it's all in degrees because you get people in Windows whose eyes gloss over when I explain to them that I'm running this in KDE Neon. You know, like I'm running Skyrim in Linux, basically. So knowing that is absolutely, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm PC Master Race. And then you mention Linux, and their eyes just gloss over, and it's like, okay. But then again, I don't have any desire currently to run a rolling release distro like Arc, or you know, something autistic like Gen 2. So yeah. It really comes down to it's all in degrees. All right. Like, I want to have as little time in the terminal as possible, and everyone's like, but that's the fastest way to get things done. All right. And then you get even the basic usage of the terminal, which causes a Windows user's eyes to gloss over. What's a sudo apt update? I don't know. Slay a giant in Ancient's Ascent. Hunt down a thief in the Reach. Oh, we already did that. Yes. Got it. Wait, whoa. What was this? Clear out Greywater Grotto. I think we already did that. Yes, we did. I love it. We've got bounties to collect. We've done all the things. Hello, sir. I'm a miserable wretch, by the way.
Something you need, you miserable wretch?
Yes, Greywater Grotto has been cleared.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
Yes, and the dragon's dead too.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
Very good. 1,000 septims.
Come and see me again sometime. I might have some use for you.
Right. That was a good use of my time, coming in and realizing I already did these things that you want me to do. I killed the dragon. And I cleared out that area already. So having done the things he wanted me to do already, I was just able to say, hey, I see you need this job done. I did it already. Wow, you've done us a great service. Here is your reward. Radio. So, yeah. Heading on up, though. So, what I'm getting at, what this, like, 15, 20 minutes of yapping has been about, is that there is definitely a reason for the Xbox, and that's for people who get into panic attacks when they think about, opening up their file browser and potentially editing an INI file. Something that's dirt simple that I've been doing since I was like 6 years old is stuff that legitimately some people will have a panic attack thinking about trying to do. And the Xbox is for those people. Yes. You said, what's a hard drive? I don't actually have any hard drives in my PC. They're all solid states. I do have an external docking station for two hard hard drives. It's over there. I can't reach it right now. It looks like a toaster because the 2 hard drives are sticking out of it like pieces of bread. But yeah, it's kind of the situation. Is I'm running 3 solid states in Linux, and I have 1 solid state specifically for Windows. And that's the current setup of my PC. I recently installed the Windows version of Steam into my Linux, specifically for running certain things in quote-unquote Steam Remote Play that seemed to have a conniption fit in the Linux version of Steam. Even though it's like just for 5 applications, I have installed a completely different version of Steam running alongside my main Steam. It's ridiculous. Is there a beginner's guide you recommend for playing Skyrim on PC? Well, if you have a PC, I recommend checking out the Gamer Poets YouTube channel, and they walk you through everything. They are the official YouTube channel of the STEP project, and the whole point of the STEP project is walking you through the steps of getting stuff done, basically. Now, before we go over there, just in case there's something hostile that wants to murder our face, we're going to, but yeah, it's Gamer Poets. That's the channel you want. I did some early, very outdated videos regarding,
No sign of him.
no sign of them. Yeah, I like how these are invisible triggers that set up these rocks.
Who's there?
Who's there? Sorry. Here we go. Said modding for newbies. Not dummies, no condescension. You love Gamer Poets? Yes. Look at her. She was hitting those rocks. And she was going, oh, those rocks. Is that your best rock? I've stubbed my toe on worse rocks. Yeah, right. You said you ran Mod Organizer 2 once. I've noticed that a lot of people install Mod Organizer 2. They then add a bunch of mods to Mod Organizer 2. And then they try to launch Skyrim as normal and get confused as to why their mods don't appear in the game, not realizing that that Mod Organizer 2 creates a virtual file system, meaning that none of the mods you add to Mod Organizer 2 are actually installed in Skyrim. You have to actually run the game through Mod Organizer in order to have those files injected into the game, thereby leaving your Skyrim installation pure and clean. So, for example, I've got Mod Organizer here, and you can see that all of these files are added, but in the actual Skyrim folder, none of these files are in there. These 444 plugins. None of them are there. And so whenever I launch Skyrim through Mod Organizer, it injects those files. It's very, very useful. Now, let's see here. But what you do is you have multiple profiles in Mod Organizer 2, one for each mod loadout you want. And if you want to make changes to your mod loadout, instead of just making changes, you you do a complete, you just copy your loadout. And that way, if the changes ruin your save files and stuff, well, you can have save files specific to a loadout. So you can just go back to the loadout that isn't ruined. That's how great all of this is. Yes, isn't no Oblivion mod manager like that? Absolutely not. No, certainly not. If anything, Oblivion mod manager is extremely outdated. It was replaced by TES mod manager. But he said, is mod organizer updated as frequently as Vortex? I mean,
That'll teach you.
I don't. I'm just thinking about this like, I haven't needed to update it. Oh my goodness. People ask me, like, do you have the latest version of mod organizer in your Linux installation? And the answer is no. Once I got this set up, I have not even thought to update it because it works. And there are no problems with it. If I were encountering issues, you know, I might seek to get a newer version to fix those issues. But there's a reason why you don't update things that work unless you really need a new feature. But Mod Organizer 2 got all of its vital features back when it was just called Mod Organizer. Okay. We mined out some more really quick. I remember this lady. She attacked my followers, and then she died. Her skeletons wait for her return. Forever. I need that ebony sword. And those soul gem fragments. Yes, it's a damn shame about her, though. You said pressing the update button in the Lutris version of Mod Organizer 2 forks the install. I believe it. I believe it. Okay. But it's funny because I haven't used, other than playing Vermintide 2 with Walker Trips, I haven't logged into Windows in a long time. What are you doing, Serana?
What now?
Oh, we're not sneaking. You're the only one who's sneaking. I'm trying to figure out why. Who is that? A citizen. Hold on. I want to see what this citizen's up to. Okay. That citizen just died to a Minotaur. Okay. Well, we are nuking the Minotaur. Kill it, Drumarin. Kill it. We're gonna clunk this guy hard. We got him. We got him with a clunk. Is that giant's blood? I think we just got some giant's blood. Yes. That's funny how it's considered a giant by the game. Alright. What did this citizen have? Jeez. Okay. You said Windows 10 has to be gutted to work right? Not true. I have a Windows 10 install. It sits on my 4th solid state drive and gets mostly not used. But as far as it barely works, but it does. I just don't really have a reason to use it most of the time. Only for games with invasive anti-cheat. Ooh, a black sting dagger. And looks like Stands in Shallows lost his his item here. That it barely works, yes. You might be thinking of something. You'd be right. Okay, so as far as the Ring of Stamina, oh, it's Windhelm. So, yeah, apparently there's just an Argonian dock worker whose ring was stolen and ended up out here. That's kind of funny. There's an unofficial Windows build that strips it of all the Microsoft spying. More a VM tool than anything to be used for daily use. Well, yeah, I imagine it's not the best. Okay. Let's take a moment and see what we need here. We're gonna use Dragonhide to prevent us from dying in one hit. Then we're gonna take these guys' souls. Apparently those bandits decided they needed to fight that fox, which is hilarious, considering they're about to die.
No sign of them.
Yes, no sign of any of them.
Gonna split your belly like
Yes. Alright, we got him. No soul gem large enough, damn shame.
I was just a pretty face.
Alright, prettyface.jpg. Let me see here. What? Okay. While she's busy, we are going to quickly fill the black star with her soul. Yes.
That's what
Or not at all. My bad. Oh, either way, these bandits, we got a soul, which is nice. Additionally, other than a soul, we also need, I was gonna say, daggers, right? Yes. I already done a video on my PC setup. No. But, I don't really, have a top tier setup or anything. It's serviceable. It is in the territory of good noof. Good enough. Alright. That did it. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves. And see about removing that arrow that's that was bleeding me. Yes. But yeah, as far as removing Windows 10's telemetry goes, it gets harder every major update. And the further you go without updates, the more things break and the more things become a security risk. I mean, Linux distributions are basically the same in that regard, where you do want to keep them at least up to date with, you know, security updates. That's pretty important when it comes to computers in general. It's just, I never want to go back to a rolling release distro. When people say I should get this one or that one, and they're all rolling release hell that I left Windows 10 for, and I don't want to come back to. Huh, there's no one here. Yes. Some distros you can stick to for the most part. Yes, but what I'm trying to say is that you said rolling release? Yes. Rolling releases are when everything updates frequently and you're almost always on the bleeding edge. Unfortunately, Windows 10 doesn't have Q&A people. It has early testers who occasionally cause updates to get delayed. But Microsoft doesn't actually employ Q&A people for their
they're dead.
for their operating system anymore. That's why we've had such catastrophic updates. The early adopters who run the early versions tend to get terrible problems like, oh, it deleted your entire My Documents folder. You know, stuff like that. Oh, it corrupted your hard drive. You're going to have to reformat. You know, things like that. You hear horror stories on these tech sites about don't early access update this, so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people, whenever I talk about the fact I'm just using KDE Neon, which I really enjoy, they always mention a rolling release distribution and say I should use it like Arc. But I don't want a rolling release distro. That's why I very specifically left Windows. Yes. You said previous Windows update, Windows 10 update broke mods for a few games. Yeah, exactly. I don't know exactly why they chose to do it, but it's like a lot of Microsoft's behavior is kind of odd. Yes. Yes. Oh, Steambub, I'm in an interesting situation because unlike Kubuntu, which doesn't get that many updates, it just security updates whenever possible. KDE Neon actually gets updates more frequently, like every week or two. And what's happening is the applications are frequently being updated. But the actual kernel and the entire system is stable, and it's maintained.
Right, that's one less thing to worry about.
Like, it's not a rolling release distribution as far as the actual kernel goes. It's just the programs running on it. So, for example, the file browser or the desktop, they both get very quick updates. But then the actual framework that everything else runs on, the core of the system, stays mostly the same. We got a Daedroth over there. Gotta kill it. I'm actually gonna try to bring it to me. Starting combat like this has only crashed the game a couple times. Ah, there we go. Okay, more than a couple times. Daedroth! Tried to clunk it. Clunk it! Bam! Get your Daedra Heart. Daedra Heart. Our Travelers. Draconis card. Nice. We got 2 fake cards and a Daedra Heart. That was some good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah. Security updates are very important, and I recommend them. However, I can't condone Microsoft's way of doing things where you are forced to update at their schedule. And then I also can't stand like Arc, where maybe you don't want to update for a month. Well, congratulations, you now have some serious problems. Let's see here. Have I looked into Pop OS? Well, I have no desire to update at the moment or change operating systems at the moment. So what would end up happening if I were looking into Pop OS, for example, is I would get an extra solid state. I'd plug it into my PC and I'd install it on there, and I'd play around with it in kind of a sandbox and you know, on its own little independent drive for a while before I even thought about it. But currently, I'm not going to do that because I have this running just how I like it, and I don't see a reason to change at the moment. It's much the same reason why a lot of people running Windows don't consider running Linux, because Windows is running good enough for them, just kind of the way they like it. No reason to change, right? Ooh, my goodness, guy hit me with flames. Anyway. It's something I'd consider playing with, but considering how I've set everything up thus far, there definitely is no reason to just suddenly go, I feel like changing to Gen 2 today. I've got the desktop set up, you know, just the way I like it, with all the icons in just the right places and all of the things set up exactly how I like them. So, you know, having to, like, the prospect of having to start over is not the good. I could copy my home folder and retain most of my application preferences. That will probably work. But I still don't want to. I'm not super hyped to hop onto the next big thing. The same way I'm, you know, very resistant to... Oh, there's Shadowmere. What's Shadowmere doing here at Whiterun? No big deal. Sorry. Wow. I just got... Yeah, I was gonna say... What was I... Okay, I went back to Whiterun after... after going past Falkreath, you miserable wretch. I completely skipped the draw knife. I suppose we'll just go back to Falkreath. I mean, we've gathered several things. We've killed several enemies, so it's been good. We need more souls as well. Come to think of it. What else? Said Linux needs better marketing. It worked for getting Android out there. Yes and no. I think that you really need a good hardware manufacturer to champion it. And if you did that, and unfortunately we had the debacle that was the Steam machine, for example. I think Linux is going in the correct direction already. It's just going to take a long time to get there. Yeah, it's just a case of, if you want rapid advancement, not advancement, but rapid adoption, then you're going to need to get some pretty big players behind it. It's not just about making people aware of it in general, because, you know, more people are hopping on to it all the time. Microsoft is actively driving people away. At least more tech-savvy people. Let's be honest here. Your average end user is going to reinstall Windows 15 times before they're even going to think about hopping into Linux. Okay. Hello.
My carriage is the safest way to travel. Where do you want to go?
I actually need to go back to Falkreath. I made a mistake.
Going straight through, or did you want to stop somewhere along the way?
Take me to Lakeview Manor, actually.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just sit back. This won't take long.
No, we're very close. But yeah, I'd say everyone has their own... Wait, he said, check disk with the F argument blue screened. Day one update. Oh, goodness. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just scrolling up here. Looking at all the things people say. But yeah. You asked earlier what rolling release means in terms of Linux, because in Windows has its own, rolling release concept. But as far as Linux distributions go, new updates are pushed forth fairly quickly. Like you're basically things get a lot less testing. Not to say they don't get testing at all, they do. It's just they get a lot less testing in a rolling release, and it's next update, the next update, the next update. And if you don't actually follow the update progression, there's a very good chance you may, within a month or two, actually have an incompatible system state with the current version. So trying to update becomes problematic.
Yes, that's the last of them.
Windows is a bit easier than that and doesn't have as many problems with that. However, the idea that Windows forces you to update is problematic unto itself. You said if Linux became a serious competitor, Microsoft would just buy them out. Buy how? Linux is open source. Sector. You like, if one Linux distribution became a serious competitor, Microsoft could hire all the people who were making that distribution or buy the rights to that specific distribution. But due to how open source licensing works, someone else could just grab that distribution and keep developing it under a different name. There's no real way for them to buy it due to how open source licensing works. They can't just acquire a thing and have proprietary rights to it. Yeah, Microsoft could definitely do a quote-unquote Windows distro, which honestly would probably be their best bet if things got too bad with Windows 10. An officially supported thing. Knew I heard something. Oh, we got bandits. Lovely. Excuse me, sir. You said by the judges. That's not how it works. Judges have to follow contract law. You're being quite ignorant with your statements, I'm afraid. It's clear you have no idea what you're talking about. And that's fine. You're better off not knowing. Okay. We're grabbing the blood, flesh, and bones. Yes. All right. Yeah. Double checking to see if there's anything else here. Oh, I just got clunked. Look at that bandit. Need to kill her. I got her.
Looks like we got ourselves a hero.
What? What was that? Looks like we got ourselves a hero.
Victory
Yes.
is ours. I've always wanted to say that.
But no, it's not within.
Let's move faster. The sun is.
It's not within a single company's capabilities to quote unquote purchase Linux, as you call it, and gain exclusivity over it. They might be able to sell a specific distribution in theory if all the code is licensed the correct way. But the whole point of Linux is that like everything is built on top of each other, right? It's some person's work built on top of someone else's work, built on someone else's work, and they're not all part of the same company, right? They're diverse individuals from all over the internet. And the result is that blood, flesh, septums. You said Microsoft could buy the legal system. No. Because Microsoft uses much of the distribution, or they use much of this already. That's what I'm trying to say. Is they use a lot, and I mean a lot, of open source code. They take advantage of this. The same as other people do. Yes, exactly. They'd have to find a distribution that doesn't share alike. Bingo. Bingo. Oh, why do I sound smart? I don't know. My intelligence stat is actually pretty average, but my wisdom stat is pretty high. I've seen some shit. All right, let's see. All right, we're gonna put away most of this stuff here. Yes. Still, yeah, but yeah. In order for Microsoft to quote-unquote buy the law, as you phrased it, they would throw themselves into a legal quagmire that would hurt them just as much as it would hurt everyone else. Because they take advantage of the same laws that they would have to dismantle to make any of what you were describing work. Dead bandit here. Okay. A lockpick here. Now. Ooh. Dart fly. God damn it, dart flies flying away. Okay. You know what, just grab the fish and be happy with it. Let's take a moment and figure out what we need to do. All right, so we have to get a Moth Priest's knife from Ancestor Glade. Let's place a mark there so it appears blue on our compass so that we kind of know what direction. We need to go up that way. Okay. That's better. That's better. Yes. Yes. You'd be surprised how ridiculous some of these open source licenses are. When Steambub was talking about share and share alike, what that means is, okay, let's assume you find distribution A, and you like distribution A. You really like it, so you want to base your work on it. Turns out it's open source, right? So you can just take that work and build upon it. Make it your own, right? The problem is, the license requires that you then publish anything that you do with it. Anytime you make a change with the intention of distributing it to other people, you are required to publish those changes so that other people can then build upon your improvements. And it's required that that publishing that you do also uses the same license. That same license is inherited. The result is that you get this tree, this branching out with all these different changes, all these different distributions, and every one of them carries with them the proviso that every time you branch off and make your own thing, if you intend on distributing that to anyone else, you are then required to publish it. And then it, you know, people take those changes and they implement them down the tree. And that's how Valve Software has such, well, amazing support for fucking everything. Valve Software, like the people who make Steam, are heavily invested in the open source world. That's why I mentioned before, you know, we have this this Linux version. God damn it! Let me pull up Steam and show you what I'm talking about. So we got our Steam here, and then if I just really quick, let me pull this up. Okay, Steam Play. There it is. All right, so Steam Play. The way it works is like all of this Proton that it uses. Proton itself is a fork of Wine. Wine is a compatibility layer that exists between the program and the Linux operating system that translates the signals between anything that that a Windows program tries to do in order to then connect to a Linux machine. It simply acts as a compatibility layer, a translation layer. Now, the thing is, Proton, like they basically paid the guy who makes Proton so that they could integrate it into Steam and everything. The thing is, even though they paid him in order to keep him, you know, advancing it, they don't own Proton. They have a license to use it in Steam, of course, but let me go ahead and pull this up. So if we really quick pull up this GitHub page here, we can see this is Valve Software's Proton GitHub page. You can get the source for Valve Software's Proton, right? Now you think to yourself, okay, well, Valve is, you know, that they are listening to the, or they're obeying the license agreement, and they're publishing it like they're supposed to, right? Because otherwise they'd be in violation. They don't want to be in violation. However, a lot of Valve Software's changes to Proton don't even come from Valve itself. What's actually happening is there's this guy who works on a he works on a thing called Glorious. Well, his name is Glorious Egg Roll, but he has Proton GE Custom, right? He has his own fork of Proton, and he constantly makes updates for different games. Skyrim script extender patch added, you know, stuff for Call of Duty, Soul Calibur, Borderlands 3, so on. He fixes Proton to make it work. Fixed broken audio in Warframe. Okay? Like, he straight up updates his own custom version of Proton, but due to how the licensing works, Valve can nab any of these changes and implement them into their base Proton. And in fact, they do very commonly. That's why all these companies and developers and independent even users who tinker a little bit all have their own published source code, which is all specifically it's just a network of sharing information, and all of this shit just gets better and better because it's all being shared. Now, there are companies who are vehemently against this. The problem is The license agreement compels them to share if they want to take advantage of any of this stuff. In other words, they can either get very angry and insist that they use their own proprietary systems and start from scratch, not benefiting from any of this work that the rest of the world is doing, or they have to comply. Microsoft actually uses quite a bit of open source stuff. It's just that they've segmented it. That's Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust is my favorite Japanese cartoon in general. But you know, I've decided not to follow a certain Berserk unless the author actually decides to finish it. Now, let's see here. What do we got here? Venison. We'll eat that. I like how it gave me no options to do anything else other than eat it. You're gonna do nothing but eat it. It said Apple hates open source and builds proprietary systems. Yes, they do. One reason OpenGL and Vulkan don't work well in their products. Well, they murdered OpenGL support. Actually, they that most developers who had Apple support started dropping it left and right. Let me see here. I was gonna say Microsoft Chrome. Let's see. Looking for. Let me pull this up. So, if you wonder about Microsoft Edge, right? Microsoft Edge has its own GitHub page where you can actually grab the source code. And you may be wondering, well, why can we do that? Why do we have access to their newest and latest and greatest browser? Well, there's a reason for that. It's Chrome. More specifically speaking, it's Chromium, which is the open source basis for all of these Chrome-style browsers. Microsoft Edge is just another Chrome browser that, you know, there's source code to it that people have access to because of that. Microsoft does absolutely have a lot of open source stuff, only when they're compelled to. Only when they're forced to because of a license. If they can get away with making their own proprietary thing, they will absolutely do it. But when it benefits them, they'll take advantage of it. What happened to Mozilla? Mozilla's Firefox. Firefox is also open source and is actually shipped in many Linux distributions as the default browser for the system. Yes. Doesn't this lead to more security issues? Oh, it leads to...
Impressive, is it? If this ends up being a wasted trip, your friend Dexian and I are gonna have some words when we get back.
All right, Sir Honor. No, it's absolutely true, though. There are... It's easier to find exploits when you can see the source code. However, because the source code is available, people often spot those exploits and fix them. It turns out that a good chunk of the internet isn't just looking for exploits and exploiting them. They're looking for exploits in order to then report and patch them. As many people out there looking for stuff to exploit in an open source system as people who just want to make the system better. It's that simple. Once an exploit is found, you know, that's it. Let me see here. Huh, so you've been paying it. Let's see. Is Mr. Sir invaded today? Mr. Sir is inside. It's what? Like almost 1 a.m. And let me look at the weather. It said security in Windows Park. Yeah, it's currently in Denver. It is currently 33 degrees. That's 1 degree in peasant units. Yes. We're heading on down. Okay. These are ancestor moths. Can I harvest them for alchemy ingredients? No. That would be bad. All right. I believe we're going to be fighting some Dawn Guards soon, so we're going to save the game here. But yes.
Look at this place. No one's been here in centuries.
I know,
I
Serrano.
doubt there's any other place like it in Skyrim. It's beautiful.
I've seen several places like this. It just has extra butterflies. Or moths. Whatever. Anyway. What I was trying to get at is the, when you were asking about the, things getting, you wondered if day comes when antivirus is not needed. Probably not. Yes. You're an enemy of the Dawn Guard? I know, right? It's almost as if elven supremacy is the only truth. Oops, we became a vampire. Time to feast on the blood of my enemies. Yes. I mean, what kind of god do we worship? I'm not entirely sure. You know, it's nothing special, right? Well, it's not like we worship the god of worms, lord of all necromancers, or anything. That would be bad. Yes. I mean, what? Trap souls in my name, only pray at night, never accept Arcade's blessing. Those most skilled in conjuration are deserving my favor. Yes. Bone collector, ravenous dead, dead tide, reap and sow, edge of oblivion, undead crown, skeletal mages, necromaster. Yes, there we go. It's all well and good. It's all well and good.
This must be the place.
Probably is, Sir Honor. Let's go down and find a draw knife. And then get ambushed by Dawngrad. Wait, hold on, what's this? A redwort flower. A single redwort flower. Is this yellow? Oh god. Thank goodness. You have to understand, yellow mountain flowers are like exclusive to Dawnguard. They're super rare outside of Dawnguard content. So we finally got our hands on some yellow mountain flowers. I've been growing them in the museum using a sample of one that I found somewhere. Ridiculous. We finally got a good supply of yellow mountain flowers. Ancestor moths. You kidding me? Hold on. Hold on a second. These ancestor moths. Love it. We can detect life. The life of the ancestor moth. All right, we need to... Is that the draw knife in the middle there? It's just floating there? Yeah, of course it is. Glorious. Gotta love the way that knife floats around. All right. What do you mean day when we won't have to pay for antivirus? Windows Defender is the highest quality antivirus program you can get right now. For Windows, anyway. You shouldn't be paying for antivirus at all. If you have Norton or McAfee or whatever, someone's ripped you off. All right. Well, I mean, we created a new character specifically for this playthrough. But we're 363 hours into it now with 444 plugins. So, yes. Let's go. in general, people need to just stop running whatever random program. That's the main concern is just people being stupid. Like, having an antivirus is not going to save you. The biggest vulnerability for a computer is the user themselves. Yes. Okay, we're almost done. Soul Gem. Ooh, a silver jeweled necklace. We'll take those, thanks. Very good. Oh, hello. Is that an Akaviri Sunderblade? That belongs in the museum. Yay! We got a museum item right off the bat. Wait, whoa. Sublimation? 36%? Holy crap! That is amazing. That is incredible. Yes. Let me see. You can use remote desktop for weeks without problems, provided you have it set up correctly. Yes. Yes, do PC games in general run better on Linux? If they're made specifically for Linux. Skyrim itself runs no better or worse on Linux than it does anywhere else. As far as I've seen. Let's go.
Now all we need to do is track down one of those canticle trees.
They're all over the place. Yum, 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 yum. Moths!
Like that bark as much as Dexian said they would.
Yes. Moths.
You're starting to...
I'm not starting to glimmer. I just have moths chasing me everywhere. But yeah, if a game runs with OpenGL or Vulkan, it's going to most likely run better on Linux. If a game runs in Direct 3D, it's or DirectX, I should say, it's going to be a 50-50 shot, depending on the actual game, whether it runs just the same or worse. But
I think that might have been what we were waiting for.
Yes.
Let's head back up there and see if we can read the scrolls.
Let's read the scrolls. Now my character's going to gain knowledge that I don't have, and it's going to make me sad. It's going to make me very, very sad. Here we go. It's time to read some scrolls. Now that all these moths are surrounding me. Blood. Wait, elder. Oh no, where is it? There it is. Blood. Here we go. Read more Elder Scrolls. Amazing. We see Elena's breasts. Thanks. Thanks for that, game. Yes. Because of moths. Now we can talk to Sir Honor. Yes. No, Elena. Where's Sir Honor? He's around here somewhere. Oh no. Yes. Don't know, Toxic, and I definitely wouldn't answer you even if I did know.
Are you okay? Almost thought I lost you there. You went as white as the snow.
Nah. It worked!
After everything we've been through, it'd damn well better work. What about Ariel's bow? Do you know where we can find it?
Apparently my character knows that it's Darkfall Cave.
Then it's almost over. We can finally rewrite the prophecy as we see fit. Where is this Darkfall Cave?
The scrolls gave me its exact location because I don't actually know yet. I'll mark it on my map. How about that?
Then let's get going. I want to get there before my father has a chance to track us down.
Yes. She's mining sulfur. What do you know about Ariel's bow?
Not much. If you read any history, it shows up from time to time, but it's a hard thing to track. As far as I know, though, it's never been held by a vampire. That would be a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Who's there?
Okay, what do we got? And we got trolls. Got it. Okay, we are going to run with this. That's a lot of Dawnguard. Clunk that guy. Yes, he's dead. Wow. That is a lot of clunking. We got 3 more to go. Gotta focus. Don't want to get shot by a crossbow. I'm actually going to take a moment and use Dragonhide. I really don't want to get clunked by a crossbow bolt. Yes. Good, good, good. Must die.
I'll kill you where you stand.
I think that's everybody. All right. Let's get going. Well, our gargoyles aren't undead. Our lord, the necromancer's moon, the god of worms, gives us enhanced undead minions. So, gargoyles are just animated chunks of rock. They wouldn't benefit. Now, let's go ahead and pull out our dagger. Where's our dagger? There's our dagger. All right, first comes the blood, then comes the flesh, then comes the bones. We'll take the Dawnguard weapons as well. We don't need the armor or the clothing. But we definitely want to take everything from them. There we go. Blood, flesh. What do you mean, what's the blood for? Blood. Don't you know what a blood of a Bosmer? Blood of a Breton? Blood of a Dunmer? Blood of a Khajiit? Blood of a Nord? Blood of a Redguard? Blood of an Altmer? Blood of an Imperial? Blood of an Orc? Giant's blood? Troll's blood? Blood! Blood is valuable. Now, let's continue. Yes. Always take the weapon. The weapon can be broken down. It's very good. The armor, not so much. All right. That is a bit ridiculous, that lady there. Extract her blood. Extract her flesh. Excellent. Dawnguard sword for me. Now this guy. Ridiculous how he's got... I guess he has the heavy armor. She has light armor. I don't even know. I don't even care. Great sword. No one cares. Oh, that greatsword belongs in the museum. Excellent. We got another museum item. So that's perfect. Goodness. Got the redwort flower and we can get out of here. Let's go. Gonna quick save and run. It's good though. Yeah, the flesh will get us some blood potions once we've broken it down in a cooking pot. Grind out that flesh. Yes. Blood potions. All right, we can go now. Very good. Very good. Now, this is a pretty good spot, I think, to call it quits. We've been having fun, but alas, it is the morning after Christmas, and I do need to actually sleep a little bit. So, you said I'm already overpowered as it is. What do you mean? We've only been playing for, again, 363 hours. We need to get all the museum items. You do realize the entire point of this. We only have 1,700 items in the museum. And we need all of them. Like, the whole point is to fill up the gallery. Everything belongs in the museum. Oh, also, we die. We do die. The museum is like, what, a third full? Barely.